Three, two, one, and we live.
Action.
Action, y'all. We here.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, y'all. Good
Happy
morning.
quarantined Monday.
For sure. We just here, out here. It's gonna be a beautiful day. It's gotta be. I don't even know how hot it is. Supposed
Probably
to
like
be
76 already.
Yeah. Hey, sis. What's up?
Hi, sister.
So what's up, y'all? How's everybody hanging? How was the weekend? How was church service? Hopefully you guys tuned in somewhere to some church service. You guys, hopefully, I've had more church just recently during this shelter at home than I've ever had. I was able to log in and watch many different services from some of my pastor friends.
Yeah, that's been nice.
And everything else. Yeah, so it's been really cool to get word, especially as a pastor, to get word from other pastors and be able to sit down and be ministered to. I think it's really good. Sorry, guys, I just got to take care of my bride here. She has stuff on
I
her.
just finished working out, so I was sweating and I was wiping my face with a napkin, so I probably got napkin all over my face.
She got a napkin. Yeah.
I got napkin makeup.
What's up, everybody? Oh, okay. Who's that? Jessica? Hey, Jessica.
Hi.
Hey. So, we just wanted to share with you guys this morning. Once again, we don't know
Hi, Marianne.
if what the topic's gonna be.
No, we don't have a script.
Oh, but we do have our. So Kai's not drinking coffee for the next 2 days. She's in a detox, and I'm praying for her because I'll be drinking coffee.
And I'll probably be hangry.
So y'all pray for me.
Can you be hangry from coffee, or is that just only
You just
hangry from
you
food?
get caffeine headaches.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, so what's going on, you guys? If you have any questions or anything like that, you can ask us. But generally, the way things go, if this is your first time joining with us, how topics start is that usually I put my foot in my mouth, and then Kaya will go from there, and then it turns into a conversation.
We basically public arguments. Honestly, like I feel like that's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Sorry if I have chia seed in my teeth.
It's all good. They're getting us raw, babe. They're getting us raw. So I know last night, I'll tell you what we did last night. Last night, just for a change of pace, I came out back, and we have a fire pit out back, and the kids wanted to do some s'mores. So we did s'mores and started a fire, and I set up a projection screen on the house, and we watched a movie outside, and everybody came outside, and we had s'mores and stuff like that.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was just such a nice change.
It was a change of pace, man. Sometimes you guys have to change the pace. Things have to change. Hey, Shara. So maybe that might be the topic. The topic is changing the pace. I think sometimes things need to change. What do you think?
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
Well, I just feel like during the quarantine, like it's been allowing a lot of our creativity to flow a lot more. Like I've been seeing couples have anniversary celebrations at home on quarantine, birthday parties, birthday parades. It just like, because we love each other and because we love people, creativity just naturally comes into play because we want to find a way to celebrate one another. And so it takes creativity, especially during quarantine. So I just feel like we've just all been a lot more creative lately with spending time with each other and showing our affection, our love for each other, and celebrating each other.
I just know also I think changing things up, doing things different when you're creative to do things, even if I think people appreciate the effort. They all appreciate the effort when somebody tries to do something different, when you're trying to put something new in the mix. I know I appreciate it. The only thing for me is I think I get on my wife's nerves when she tries something new with food. And I'm a picky eater. And
No, he's not a picky eater, you guys. Let me explain to you guys what he is. He is...
Hey, Sister Cox.
He's crazy. I'll make something and he'll say, is there onions in it? Or is that a mushroom? Or is that a bell pepper? No, I don't eat that. Like, he won't try it. He won't anything. He'll just look at it and say, what is that? Is that a bell pepper? Oh, is that gravy? Or, oh, is that sauce? No, I don't eat that. No. And he won't try it. So he wants me to make basically the same things over and over again.
That seems simple to me. I don't know why that seems so hard.
One, because I'm a foodie, and so I love food. I love food. I love to experiment with food. I love to celebrate with food. I love to feed people, especially people that like different foods like me. Like, if you're a foodie and you like all different veggies or different flavors, and if you like food to be pretty, like, I can cook for you all day. Like, we'll just have fun, just experimenting and learning new things together. But my husband, like, he won't eat anything if it's not exactly the same. And if I decide I want to tweak it a little bit, because sometimes I'll try to like... Like, for instance, like, he likes my mac and cheese, right? But I've been making the same mac and cheese for, like, I don't know how many years we've been married, but it's been the same way. So every once in a while, I'll try to put a little something different. Like, I might put try to put a little garlic salt in it, or a little garlic powder or something, or just like a little something, different. And he'll just be like, he'll eat it. He'll be like, Did you do something different?
And she's not gonna lie.
Irritating.
She just looks at me sideways, like
I be wanting to tell him no so bad. I be wanting to lie so bad, you guys.
I can tell.
But
that's just like
I just get tired of making the same thing over and over again.
That's like people trying to sneak turkey meat in on me and swear I ain't gonna tell. Turkey meat. I don't eat turkey meat. They try to give me ground turkey meat and then tell me you can't taste the difference when it's in spaghetti or in tacos or burritos.
We've been trying to sneak turkey meat in his diet since 1922.
I can tell the difference, y'all. I can tell the difference between 70% lean and 80% lean hamburger. I can tell the taste.
Natasha, that's what we've been saying. If he doesn't try it, how does he know he don't like it?
And that's what people don't understand.
That's the irritating part.
No, I have tried it. I've tried it and I don't like it. There's taste.
What do you mean you tried it?
There's taste I know I don't like.
There's taste
I just don't.
So if I put something with a bell pepper in it, or I'll put something with a tomato in it, or whatever, and he'll be like, I don't like that. Why? Because he's thinking tomato, he's thinking bell pepper, he's thinking gravy,
I don't like the taste of bell peppers.
Onion. He's thinking, so he's like,
so
no.
Whether you put it in a sauce, you fry it, whether you puree it, or you do whatever, I don't like the taste of bell peppers.
I think everybody would agree that when the combinations of foods, the combination of foods tastes different. If you taste one thing by itself, of course, it's going to taste like something. It's going to taste like itself. But when you combine it with another ingredient, it takes on a whole nother flavor. So that's why you have to try it. It's the combination of the food.
And Sherry, you're wrong. You should never substitute that. You shouldn't have done your dad like that.
You guys, I have a funny story about our marriage. So when we first got married, I could not cook. I could not cook at all. Like, zero. Like, I would burn pancakes. Like, I didn't know how to, like, boil an egg. Like, you guys, it was bad. Like, I didn't know how to make anything. And then, unbeknownst to me, I married the world's most pickiest eater. The world's most. So I went on this adventure of learning how to cook. So I'd cook something and I'd place it before him and I'd be praying and I'd be like, oh Lord, I hope it tastes okay. And so when we had our kids, I'd stay home. So I literally would be like combing the cookbooks and watching the Food Network channels, trying to learn how to make stuff. And then he'll get home and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to make this. I'm going to try my best. And then it was literally like the TV shows, you guys. He'd take the plate.
Hold on, before you even say it. Tell them about the first time you cooked for me.
So when we were courting, you guys, before we got married, when we were courting, he told me his favorite food was chicken parmesan. So I was like, that's it. That's gonna be the first thing I learn how to make well. Like, I'm gonna learn to make chicken parmesan because that's what he likes. So I look up the recipe and everything, and we weren't married at this time, so my parents were there, and my mom saw how much I was trying so hard to get this meal together and make it perfect. And so he gets there, and I put the food before him. I'm so excited. You guys, it was literally like a TV show. First, it looked funny. Did you say it looked funny?
No, it looked fine.
Okay. Well, tell them what happened when you ate it.
Okay, so mind you, I'm getting home from work. We just moved into our house.
No, we weren't in our house yet. I think we were with my mom.
No, we were at the house. I remember sitting in the dining room, and I came home. We had just moved in the house because we were living with mom and papa. So she finally getting to cook for me, and she was all excited. I get home. As soon as I get home, I mean, it's just classic the housewife taking care of.
Yeah,
of
Shara said your heart condition says otherwise.
his. It says his. She's talking about her daddy's.
Oh,
okay?
they're talking about yours.
No.
You
Anyway.
should be eating veggies.
Before I was rudely interrupted.
Sorry.
So I get home. She slaps this plate. The house smells good. She slaps this plate. Chicken parmesan sitting on top of noodles with the sauce and the cheese.
I made it look pretty.
And it looked really good. So I cut into it and stuck it in my mouth. I took like 2 bites and immediately spit it back out on the plate.
Out onto the
Said,
plate.
"Bruh."
Like he was super
And then,
dramatic about it.
And then once I spit it out, I pushed the plate away from me and said, I can't eat this. Can't eat it. It's terrible. It's terrible.
And that has been John.
Hi, Irma.
That has been John for the duration of our marriage. Like, if I make something new or if I try to make something that he supposedly likes and he tastes it and he doesn't like it, he will literally spit it out and he'll say, this is awful. This is terrible. I can't eat this. Or he'll say, this is really good. Like, I really like this. This is really good. Please make this again. And that's how I learned to cook, you guys. Like, literally, I felt like, you know how some parents believe in teaching their kids to swim, like this, just throwing them into the pool. That's what happened. The Lord was like, Kaya, you're going to learn how to cook by getting thrown into John. And he's either going to be like, this is awful, spit it out onto the plate.
That chicken parmesan was the nastiest thing I had ever eaten. It was terrible. And everybody dogs me. They're like, man, that's cold. She did. It does. If I wouldn't have told the truth, she would have continued to make those nasty chicken parmesan that way, and I would have to bear with it. But in other words, the truth sometimes hurts. And I gave her the truth. And guess what? She's a fantastic cook.
And I learned how to cook, yeah. And I learned how. I just tried it again. I just had tough skin. I sucked it up, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try it again. And I did. I kept trying. And every time I put food in front of him, I'd be like, oh, oh, let's see what happens.
But I'm not a foodie, y'all. So you have to understand, like last night.
I love food.
Kaya makes some avocado toast, something.
It was so good,
It was
you
like
guys.
avocado on toast with tomato.
With everything seasoning and tomato.
Ugh.
Oh, it was some balsamic vinegar. It was so good.
No. See, no, I can't eat that. But she can eat it. And
Yeah.
I just don't. And then she gets upset when she makes stuff. Like she'll try stuff, and I'll look at it, and I'll be like,
because he's my best friend, and I want to share that with him because I'm a foodie and I like eating food. And so, like, when we go on vacation,
Here goes another one.
Oh yeah, when we go on vacation, I'm yelping restaurants because I'm like, enjoyment and joy for me, like what's fun for me is to try new restaurants, to try new food. So if we're going to a new place, I'm already looking on Yelp to figure out where we're gonna go eat.
did you see what Donna said? I'm sorry.
He said, "Don't." And that's
Stop
not the mac
messing
and
with the
cheese.
mac and cheese.
I need y'all to broaden y'all horizons. I want to add shrimp. I want to add bacon. I would like. There's lots of things.
Then
we can
it's
do
not
to the
macaroni
mac
and cheese.
Anyway, so when we go on vacation, I like to Yelp lots of
Irma
different
had
restaurants.
it too.
She had what?
Avocado toast this morning.
Oh yes, avocado toast is the business.
I'm
So
sorry. Go
I
ahead.
love to eat at different restaurants, but he doesn't. So you literally, when we go on vacation, the only time we argue, you guys, it's about food. Like, no lie. Like, we argue about food because he never wants to go eat. Like, to him, it's like, it's, what do you call it? It's just, it's meaningless. It's frivolous. What is that word?
Frivolous.
Frivolous. It's like, it's dumb. Like, why would we get directions and put stuff into our GPS and go 20 minutes into town or 20 minutes out of town to go to some famous restaurant? Like, to him, that's like dumb. Like, why would we want to do that? Let's chill by the pool, or I'm like, dude, because that's what I like to do. But he is so anti-foodie that anything that surrounds food, like, he doesn't want to do it. He just wants to eat meat. He just wants to eat the same things, and he wants me to cook it exactly the way he likes it, and it's boring. And it's boring, you guys.
It's boring for her, but it's great for me.
Anyway, so, yeah. Vacations, a lot of times but I feel like we're starting to learn, because now when we go on vacation, he already knows Kaya's going to want to go out to eat somewhere. I'm just going to take her to at least one spot to eat. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to bear with it. He's probably going to order a burger or or something just super plain, but it's what I like to do. So
that brings us to this compromise.
yeah.
Compromise. I think that's something we should talk about. So let's talk about compromise. As you just heard, we both are married and we're one, but we both have our likes, and they're completely different from each other. Even Kaya and I's personalities are completely different. I'm a super extrovert. So like right now, during this whole time, I live and feed off of people. I love being around people. That's just me. Kaya, she's cool. For her, she's sitting there. Yes, Roxana, I do cook, and I cook very well. As a matter of fact,
He does cook though, and he does cook well. Yeah, that's true.
So for Kaya, she doesn't mind sitting by herself. She gets her energy from being alone. She likes to sit and take time out to herself. So, so what we do is we have to learn how to balance ourselves with each other.
Yeah.
If you kind of understand, and I think we'll get into it, but I know that earlier in our marriage, you know, one person wants one thing one way, and it's like, no, you got to go my way, and then the next person is like, no. But in any successful business, any successful relationships, you have to learn how to compromise. One thing we won't compromise is the gospel, but when it comes to relationships, we have to compromise. That's that I have to give a little, and she has to give a little. And in order to have a successful marriage, I think we both have to learn how to make sure that we give up some things of our own. For instance, when we go on vacation, I've finally learned, y'all, that if I don't take care of my wife,
if he doesn't feed me,
if I don't, and no, it ain't just feeding her, because before
most of the time it is food though.
No, because this is what I'm saying. It ain't just feeding her. When we go on vacation, part of her vacation isn't eating; it's going to nice places.
Dave says, as long as you don't put raisins in the potato salad.
Bruh, no raisins. Just don't put raisins in anything. But so when we go out, I make sure that we look and we find really nice restaurants that she wants to eat at. We take the time to do that. But then she also has to give me time to not do anything, because that's what I like to do during vacation.
Yeah, he wants to sit by the pool. Like, let him sit by the pool. Yeah. And so at the earlier part of our marriage, it was really kind of frustrating because, like, for instance, like if it was my birthday, he would rally like all these people together, and then it'd be like, surprise, there's like 40 people here for your birthday, and some of them I barely knew. And I'm like, what's going on here? So he would like put together a whole like birthday party celebration and or anniversary or whatever with all these people, and so I would be super uncomfortable because that's not really how I wanted to spend my birthday. I'm an introvert, so I kind of wanted to have, be with him and just have quality time with him. But he's like, call everybody, bring everybody. And so on my birthday, he'd be partying it up somewhere, like having the time of his life, because all the people are there, all the people that he loved, all the people that he liked talking to, they're all there. They're all talking or whatever. And I'm like sitting somewhere like, what's happening? This is my birthday, and I don't even know what's happening right now. So I feel like earlier on in our relationship and our marriage, like we had to learn compromise, not only just like with each other, but like celebrations. Like if it's his birthday, do it his style, do it his way with lots of people. If it's my birthday, do it my way, like with just me and him, something intimate, a date night or something like that. Not like with the whole gang and all, everybody that we know and we don't know being invited to a party that I never asked for. So yeah.
Is she bringing up old stuff?
Yeah, that's what happens when you walk off.
She bringing up old stuff.
Talking about like how you would put together like surprise parties with tons of people I didn't know for my birthday. Like surprise.
I learned that.
People that I don't know, people don't like me. Like he would invite my friends, my enemies, my
as long as there was people in the house.
People that could not stand my face. They'd be like, come to her party. He just wanted to be with everybody. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, those were the early days.
Yeah, it was rough. That was rough.
Yeah. Hey, Jackie. Mary. Oh, no, Liz is on here. So, we're talking about compromise. Mm-hmm. What did you tell him? What did you say while I was gone?
I told him about putting together birthday parties and stuff like that in the earlier part of our marriage, about you making it a surprise for me, but it was totally your style with lots of people.
That's because it was. Yeah.
It was his party. Yeah, exactly, Dave. It was John's party, but he just put my name on it. Like, I'm having a party for Kaya, but it wasn't. It was just a party for him because it was all his friends, just everybody, just all the people he could think of, they were there. So, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so how are you guys doing? How's everybody doing during this time? I mean, they done extended here in Solano County to May 17th. How you guys doing? Is everybody doing okay? You guys, you haven't killed anybody yet? You haven't drugged the kids across the carpet? Anything like that? What's going on? You guys let us know what's happening. Y'all are funny. Talking real. Yeah, well, we try to.
Yeah, and we have no topic, nothing. That's what y'all wanted. Y'all want us to just show up and just be like, hey.
I can come up with lots of topics.
What's up?
I can come up with lots of topics. Especially, let me drink some more coffee. I can just really start talking.
Yeah, that's the scary part. I definitely don't really know exactly how I'm going to return back to normal life when the quarantine's lifted. I do agree that things will definitely be different. Like, things will never, like, quite go back the same. And I understand that part, but, excuse me, just the fact of, like, putting on, like, clothes, like accessorizing, like, matching, things that don't involve sweatpants. Like, I'm trying to figure out how that's going to look in my life when it's time to go back. Because I'm really enjoying not thinking about my outfits, like, not thinking about my hair, not accessorizing. Like, it was something I really enjoyed before, but not having to. Like, I'm enjoying not having to. Like, I'm not really looking forward to going back to caring that much. So.
Yeah, I know. Just personally for me, all I keep thinking is, where am I going to go as soon as they lift this whole thing? I'm trying to go somewhere, get out of my house.
Like a vacation or something.
Some type of vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go sit by a pool somewhere. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how that's going to look. I know, and here's the cool part about it, because I've been stuck here at the house. And it's almost, people are like, I need a vacation from everybody I've been stuck with for the past 30 days. I mean, if you ever been in jail, when you get out of jail, your first thought while you're in jail isn't, when you're getting out of jail, is like, hey guys, let's go hang out as soon as, no, I'm trying to get away from the guys I was locked up with. That's a lot of people's mentality. But honestly, I want to take my family, mm-hmm. the people I've been locked up with, and I want to take them out so we can enjoy each other. Because, we're having fun while we're here, but it's going to be different once I feel caged in, and that's, once again, I'm an extrovert, so sitting at home for a long time doing all that kind of stuff, it's just driving me crazy.
Yeah, every time we think of fun stuff to do and be like, oh, we're gonna do stuff, it's like, if my husband can't come with me, like if John can't come with me, it's like the whole time I'll be like, I wish John was here. Like, I wish John was here. It's like, oh, something amazing happened or something funny happened. Oh, I wish John was here. Like, so it's kind of hard to think of doing something fun without my best friend, because we're like best friends. We love to do things together, which I think is really important in a successful relationship, of like having that friendship established where it's like you can be doing nothing or you can be doing a bunch of stuff and having a really great time together because you have a friendship.
Yeah.
Which are always signs of a relationship that'll stand the test of time, because physical attractions and physical stuff is great, but when a whole relationship is based on it, it's not a foundational type of thing to build on, because physical stuff, that kind of stuff come and go, y'all. Like, but friendship, trust, all those type of things are foundational things to build a relationship on. Our belief and our trust in the Lord, our commitment to the Lord.
Yeah, because believe it or not, all of you young people, you ain't always going to be young.
No. If you get somebody because they in great shape and because they look good and gravity hasn't affected them yet because they only been on this earth for so long. Right.
I'm here to tell you, gravity is not your friend.
Stuff change, and then you're trying to figure out why you married that person.
Yeah.
Because the physical stuff is not a reason to marry somebody. You guys, I've had some ugly moments. Like, woo, y'all. I've had some ugly moments in our marriage. I'm not talking about just like ugly in attitude. I'm talking about like ugly. I'll never forget when I was pregnant with, which one was I pregnant with? I think I was pregnant with Heaven. I think it was Heaven. Woo, y'all. I swear Heaven took every ounce of pretty that I might have had. Like, it's like she took every ounce of pretty I was, and then ounce of pretty that I might have been. So it was like I was a I was a negative 45 pretty. Like
Yeah.
I was so
Jasmine said 2 kids later, gravity hit hard.
girl. Well, I was so jacked up that we had this friend. He was a pastor, but he was one of those, he was so funny. So he was literally like Pastor John, like in 30 years. Like he was like an older man, but he was so funny and he was random. Like you never knew what he was going to say, but he told you exactly what he was thinking all the time, right? So I was coming out of, I think, Jamba Juice or something. It was like one of those weird days. You know how you have a craving, you just want something random. So I wanted Jamba Juice that particular day. I came out of Jamba Juice and I run into this guy, this pastor friend of ours, and I'm like really excited to see him. I'm big and pregnant, you guys. Like I'm literally like, I'm a week overdue at this point. So I run into the pastor and I'm happy to see him. I'm like, hey, how you doing, pastor? Whatever. And he was like, woo, girl. Woo, girl, you are all types of ugly right now. That baby better come yesterday. I was like, I literally like could not believe he said that. I didn't know what to do with my face. I was like, I was so taken off guard. But the thing is that it was so true, you guys. It was so true. I was all types of ugly. And it's not just up with the pregnancy thing, but like there's been other times, like, you know, I've gotten sick or after surgeries or just different things that my husband has had to help me through and help me with. And it's like, dude, if it's only a physical attraction, if it's only a physical based relationship, all those times, my husband would not have been there. Do you get what I mean? Like a relationship has to be built on a lot more than just physical attraction and physical attributes, because those things are just so surface. Like it's like there one day and then gone the next, you know? I mean, I might have a pretty day or a pretty moment, but it's like, who knows what I'm gonna be looking like tomorrow or later on today. So it's like, if that's all it's based on, you know, we're not gonna get very far.
Yeah, not just having a relationship based on physical attributes, but a lot of people keep relationships because of codependency. Mm-hmm. And that's something too that you don't need to base your relationship off
Yeah.
of. Got to be very, very careful when you're with people. I know with Kaya, I don't know why she felt like that. Like she looked like that.
Oh, I was a hot.
She was pregnant. She was pregnant.
I was a hot mess.
She was pregnant. But now listen to this. Now let's go to the other side of the scale. Okay.
Okay.
So the other side of the scale is this. You don't base your relationship off of the physical attributes, but you don't forget about it either, because there's value in it. There's value in keeping your appearance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is.
Men, women, exercise, do something.
That's true.
You know, because we get so spiritual and deep, like, you know, it has to be a love foundation, the agape love, and we can get so deep on that we get so spiritually minded that we're no physically good. Yeah, we're no earthly good. You got to have some practicality to this whole thing. Yeah, mind you, one, you got to take care of this temple. That's one, God commands us. So that's spiritual. God commands us to take care of this temple. And then not only that, I want to be physically attractive to my wife. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure she wants to be the same to me. So these are the things we have to keep in mind. We got to keep, you know, the Bible says God hates a false balance. Mm-hmm. And what that means is we can run to one side and be so spiritual that we don't take care of our physical side, and then God's not pleased. But we have to make sure that we're taking care of the whole body, the whole human, the spiritual side, our emotions, and also our physical side.
Yeah. And I know one of the things that's really attractive to me about my husband is I love his confidence. Like, he is a know-it-all, you guys. Like, everybody knows we call him MD because he thinks he's a doctor.
It stands for most definitely.
But he's not a doctor. He's not an MD. But because he swears he's a doctor, like, he wants you to call him first. Like, before you go to the doctor, just call him first because he'll tell you the answer.
I can save you a trip.
And he won't charge you a copay. So, like,
I'll save you a trip.
And the funny part is, a lot of times he is right.
Most of the time.
He is right a lot of the times. He is right. But, what was I going to say? Oh, but I love his confidence because even though I tease him about it and I laugh about it, I actually really like it. I'm attracted to his confidence. Like, we laugh at him for being a know-it-all, but I actually kind of like his confidence because he's like, well, if I don't know it, I better act like I know it because I better.
Yeah, you're right, Mackenzie. And I'm sorry I don't call you Melinda, but I just call you Mackenzie. You're absolutely right. But no, I mean, the reason why I sound so confident is because if you don't sound like you believe what you're saying, then how are you going to expect other people to believe what you're saying?
Yeah.
When you sit there and go, well, I think, nobody's going to believe you. But if you say it with confidence, then people are going to believe you. And then here's the key thing. If you're wrong, then admit it. Mm-hmm. Which I'm usually right 80% of the time.
That's what he say. He say he's right 80% of the time.
80% of the time.
I think that's a lot lower, but I'm not gonna argue about it because I think he should have been a lawyer too. Because he'd be like, Exhibit B, that one time when like ain't nobody got time to be pulling out exhibits and proof. And
so it was funny because I just read Liz Contreras asked a question. And she said, how are things going during this time? Are we learning anything new about our children? And
I love that.
That's a nice question. Yes, we are. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know if you saw my post yesterday. I'm really finding out one thing about Judah specifically. I'm finding out that Judah is
hilarious.
He's hilarious.
He is so funny.
But he's also like his mother. She'll just say it, okay? Mm-hmm. He'll just say it. He doesn't think about if it's hurting your feelings. Yeah. He doesn't think about anything else. So
hopefully you'll know him well enough to know he's kidding, that you won't get your feelings hurt, because I'm actually learning more about myself by getting to know him, because now I'm knowing how I affect other people, because he'll just like say something like it's like a jab and it's a joke. It's supposed to be funny, but if you don't know that he's trying to be funny, you're like, whoa, that's hurtful.
So he's actually got in trouble at school for it.
Yeah.
And he's just being funny. But the other day, and I'll just tell you, I posted this. So we're going through my DNA from Ancestry.com. And those of you who don't know, after I added everything up, I'm like 43% European. Both my parents are Black American. Both my parents are Black American. Mm-hmm. But I'm 43% European, part from England, Wales, and then the other part from Northern Europe.
Norway.
43%, okay? So I'm confused here, and I'm sitting there reading off all this stuff, yes. And then my son just looks at me, he says, Dad, you paper white. He didn't say it with a smile on his face. He didn't giggle and laugh. He looked at me and just said,
serious.
He said, Dad, you paper white.
He's like, oh, you paper white. Like,
yeah.
The way he said it was like just a matter of fact,
paper
like,
white.
Dude, you're paper white.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get whiter than paper white.
And I'm just looking at him like.
I was so tickled.
And she's crying.
I laughed so hard. Like, I could not get myself under control because I just wasn't ready. Like, I'm like paper white. How did you think of that?
Yeah. And then, right. And then he says, watch this, JR, you're going to like this one. So me, Heaven, and him are all playing Modern Warfare. And we're playing.
No, wasn't it something else?
It's Modern Warfare.
Oh.
So we're sitting there playing. And of course, Judah's better than all of us. So then after we were done playing, we all come in, we're sitting down. And, and Judah just out of there goes up to us. He goes, Mom. He goes, Mom, my back hurts. Mom's like, where at? He goes, man, my back hurts right here. She's like, why? What do you hate? He's just from carrying them through the game. It's like, I was carrying the team. That's why my back hurts.
My back hurts from carrying them the whole time. I mean, it just like came out of nowhere. He's like, my back hurts. Like,
so we're learning stuff about our kids.
They had been done playing the game for like a good, like solid, like maybe like 10 minutes. So like no one would connect what he was saying that. He just said it out the blue, like my back hurts. Mm-hmm. I'm like, really? Why? What's going on? Just carrying them the whole time through that game. Like, it's like, he is a riot.
Yeah.
He's a riot. And Heaven, oh my gosh, she is just a ball of creativity. Yeah, she's him. And she doesn't stop singing. She doesn't stop dancing. She doesn't stop making up skits. Like,
literally.
It's non-stop.
Dude, but watch this. So, this is no joke. The whole time, she'll just walk up to us and just sit there, and she'll be like,
yeah. And what does he do? He responds.
Because we talk through dance.
Yeah, they communicate through dance. It's really weird. So he starts doing a dance back, and I'm looking like, where am I? Somebody send help. Send help. Yeah. Throw me a line.
And she does it constantly.
Non-stop. Yes. And she wants to show us her videos and her movies that she done made. And non-stop.
My goodness.
So What a blessing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Joe.
Yeah.
Joe.
Joey.
But we've been learning a lot just from our kids. I've been learning a lot about each other. Mm-hmm. It's funny. We've been married 16 years, and you think you know everything about somebody, and you don't. You
well, a lot of times we change too. Like
a lot of times,
mature
the wives change a lot, and.
That's fine.
So I'm going to tell you. So this is what I was told by a man that had been married many years. He said, seasons change for everybody. He says, but with women, their seasons change. And as a good husband, you have to learn how to adjust. So a woman is like a wave. Every wave that comes in is different. So every season, the wave changes. And as a good husband, you got to learn how to ride those waves. And he says, look, he goes, surfing's fun. It's fun. That's why people do it. He goes, but a lot of people look at waves and get all like, oh my God, here comes this wave and the destruction that a wave could do. But if you learn how to ride and harness the power of the wave, when you learn how to surf, boom, it's fun. So the challenge for every man is learn how to ride those seasons and those waves with your wives.
Yeah.
And this was a man talking to another man. I'm sure a woman would have something else.
Right, because men do change also. Women, can I get a heart if y'all agree? Men change too. They be changing. They be going through changes too. Like 1 minute, something's super important to them and they're all about this. And the next minute, those type of things just aren't important to them anymore because they're changing and they're maturing and they're going through different things too. So a lot of times it's about us trying to recognize, okay, so what's going on with him right now? Is he going through a midlife crisis?
Midlife crises are real, y'all.
Or what's going on here? He keeps looking to check to see if his 4-pack is still there. He keeps looking in the mirror, looking at it.
You guys, midlife crises are real, okay? They're real.
Yeah.
If you guys are married, and I'm telling you, ladies, listen to me. It used to be a man would hit a midlife crisis around 30, anywhere between 36 and 42. That's when they start acting all funny and strange, usually around that time. But because of the way the world is, we're finding guys in their 20s, 26, 25, hitting these midlife crises. It's crazy because you get a guy that's 25 years old and he's married and he starts feeling insignificant.
Wow.
He feels like, oh, now watch this. I'm not making an impact. I'm not doing this. And I don't know what it is about the generational changes, but we're starting to see that. And then usually, now listen to me, usually during midlife crisis in a marriage is usually when a man's eyes start going somewhere else because he doesn't feel like his wife is meeting his needs or he feels less than and he doesn't do all this other stuff. And that's why it's really important for men to be rooted and grounded in the Word of God. And not only that, to be able to communicate with his wife. Now, I don't care if you're 25, 26 and you're having these feelings of, man, my wife doesn't notice me. I'm telling you, when you start feeling that way, you need to check yourself and start to ask yourself, am I going through a midlife crisis? Even at 25, or maybe you're 34, or maybe you're 40, or maybe you're getting a little bit older. Ask yourself, married couples, where you're at. Men, ask yourself where you're at. Begin to communicate what's going on. Your wife loves you and she'll listen to you. Now, I'm counseling women at this time. Your wife loves you and she will listen and she'll speak to those insecurities that come up inside of a man. Wives, do not say to the man anything about insecurity or sensitivity.
Do not use the trigger word.
Don't ever use those words unless you intentionally are trying to hit them below the belt.
Don't even say sis.
Don't even say sense. Yes. Don't even do that.
Sensitive.
Yeah. You guys have to hear me out on this.
And you know what? That makes a lot of sense because even when you think about men going through midlife crisis earlier on, it makes a lot of sense when we look at babies being born that are maturing a lot faster than normal. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like there's something happened that's being an acceleration with people's maturity levels or something. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Maybe it's a sign of the times. I don't know exactly what's going on, but that kind of makes sense for things to be moving faster than normal or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But and the importance is, and we have a few men on here, and ladies, I share these things also because, believe it or not, masculinity is frail.
Interesting.
It is interesting. It's frail.
I wouldn't think that.
You wouldn't think it, but it is, because masculinity is based upon a woman's femininity. So I'm only masculine because something else is less than what I am. And I'm saying that, I'm using wrong terms.
So would that be like an alpha?
No, I'm not saying masculinity is always an alpha thing, but when men find themselves being masculine, a wife can literally chop down a man's masculinity. And some men get affected in a way where they're broken, and some men get infected in a way that they'll turn around and they'll do something to make them feel masculine. In this world, what is masculine? Worldly masculinity is the conquering and capturing of other women. How many women you could sleep with, how many women you can control, how many women you can make whatever. That's what masculinity, that's what the world cries what masculinity is. Biblical masculinity is completely different. So when you get a man that feels like he's not reaching that worldly masculinity, then he starts acting out. That's why I'm saying it's so frail, because when your masculinity is rooted and grounded in biblical principles, then nobody can shake that masculinity.
Yeah, that's good.
And what we have to understand is right now the world is trying to take away masculinity. Ladies, they're
trying to erase the lines, right?
Yeah, but see, they're talking about toxic masculinity. Okay, look, let's just talk about masculinity, period. There is such a thing as acting like a man. There is such thing as acting like a woman.
Yeah, and I think it's important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
I know with my son, when I was working in Judah, I'm talking about Judah, he was around his mom more than he was around me. So as he was around, I noticed he would start taking on some of my wife's tendencies. His walk was a little different. When he spoke, it was a little different. So then I started noticing it. Now watch this. For me to try to correct it with my mouth is one thing. But who he's around every day and all day is another. So he learned by behavior, not learns by mouth, by what's been said. So I had to start making sure that my son was watching me and that he would spend time around me so that he's speaking like a man. And he's not, no, he's speaking like a man. He's acting like a man. He's walking like a man. There is such thing as masculinity. And ladies, you have to understand that if you meet a man that may not be so biblically grounded, that there's things you could say that shakes his core of masculinity, and then he's going to act out, not to prove it to you, but to prove to himself, because of the insecurity that he feels. Is
That's
like,
really
oh,
good.
she doesn't think I'm a man,
Well,
and then
her.
it's not even to get her back. It's for me, because I need to be affirmed in my masculinity, so then I run out and then I do things, or that's where the flirting happens, and then all of a sudden the flirting gets even worse, and before you know it, it happens. So ladies, I say that to you because I want you guys to start recognizing these things in your husbands or even in your potential mates later on, is that you could see it. You could see it in a man. My wife is good at it. She's good at when she sees those times that, gosh, I hate to use this word, that I'm sensitive.
He said the word. He said it, y'all. He said the word.
Those times when I am being extra, that my wife notices it and doesn't speak to my actions, but speaks to the wind that's pushing the waves.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. You like that?
Come on.
Yeah.
That is so good. I feel like, okay, so you just told us about how frail a man's masculinity can be. So what do we do with that? Like, what do we do with that information to be sure that we are, because I love your masculinity. Like, I love that there's nothing soft about my husband. Like, I love that. I love that I have to tell him, don't be so rough about this, or don't slam that, or don't, like, I like that I have to like say that, because I like that there's nothing soft and delicate about him, because it's like, I don't want to be more tough. I don't want to be tougher than my husband. I'm not trying to be right here as far as like with strength with my husband. Like, I want him to be strong. I want him to be firm. I want him to be bold. I want him to be, I want him to be masculine. So what can you tell us women about protecting that? And
it's all about affirmation.
Affirmation.
It's all about affirmation. It's all about submission. And I'm not talking about a husband that's acting out. I'm talking about in a good, grounded marriage. So this is what comes to mind, all right? And this is just in my masculine mind.
Yeah.
There used to be this picture, this movie, when Conan the Barbarian came out. And Conan, the cover of the photo was standing there with his sword up, and he had this woman who he loved so much was holding on to his leg. But he's standing there like, yeah, and she's holding on to his leg. That's what men think about themselves. They want to think about themselves in that light. And so, but and I know there's two sides to it, because one was like, I would love to think about my husband in that way, but he
ain't that.
He ain't that. But you know what? Men want to be that to their wives.
Yeah.
They don't have to be that to every other woman.
Ooh.
They want to be that to the woman that they come home to.
Come on, dude.
So when you come home, I don't care what woman looks at me and talks all that trash and everything else. If you got a woman at home that makes you feel like Conan the Barbarian, you ain't going to be looking anywhere else. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty women out there and a lot of doing this, and they can walk around half naked if they want. But you know what? At the end of the day, when I get home, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to hold my sword up, and my wife's going to be hugging my leg, because it shows a sign of submission, a sign of comfort, a sign of loyalty, a sign of this. I'm going to be standing honor, and it's a sign of honor.
Honor is important for a man to
especially
find in
for
his
men,
home.
especially
men needs to find honor. If he can't get honor anywhere else, and I mean, I'm not just talking to black men, but I'm going to say especially for black men, if he can't find honor anywhere else in this world, when he goes to work and he can't find honor for what he does, when he's bending over backwards, trying to do the best that he can for his family, when he can't find honor with his family, say his like mom or his dad or his brothers and his sisters, who may not give him the honor that he's due because he is a really great man. But if he can't find honor with all of them, when he comes home to his wife, he should find honor with her. Like, that's, if there's one place he should find honor, it should be in his home. And you gave that illustration about Conan the whatever his name is, and that pose or whatever, and as far as women looking at their husband, they're looking at that picture of Conan, and then they look back at their picture, of their husband sitting right here next to them, and then they look at the picture again of Conan again. They're like, something ain't lining up. It just made me think of that scripture. You speak those things that are not as though they were. So you tell him that he is. You are so strong. Like, there is nothing that you can't overcome. Because when you speak life, it's called life showers. We love to do life showers at our church. We think life showers are amazing because it's just words of affirmation. We just pour it over each other, and we allow all the dirt of society, all the dirt of the enemy of false identity that's been trying to be draped and sprayed over us every day. When we give life showers to one another, it's like it just washes off all the lie, and it just pours the truth over you. It just pours it over. The Bible says in Zephaniah that the Lord sings songs over us. I believe the Lord started life showers way before we even knew anything about it. The Lord was singing songs over us. And I believe he was speaking those things that are not as though they were. Why? Because he knows the ending from the beginning. So he was saying, you are more than a conqueror. Who, through Jesus Christ, who's strengthening you, that you are the head and not the tail. Like, he's just singing out life showers over us. And I believe that, just like what you were saying, John, like that we should be affirming our husbands in such a way where we're giving them life showers on a daily basis.
Yeah. And ladies, we're just sharing the one side of this whole story. I just want to get that out there, because it definitely, there's actually a larger responsibility for the man. And I even saw that Irma posted, she goes, yes, we should honor one another.
Yeah.
So right now we're just talking about one side of the honor, because if you read in the Bible, Ephesians chapter 5, it talks about, and you hear me say this all the time, it says, it doesn't tell a woman how to love a man, it tells a man how to love a woman.
That's true.
So, God has placed things in a woman that's natural and nurturing, but for a man, we have to learn, and our example is Christ. Yeah. And it says that a husband's supposed to give up his life for his wife. And we think give up our life, we think our heart stop beating. No, that's not what that means. It means while your heart is beating, Present your body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Lord. It's your reasonable service. So for me to give up my life to my wife means I'm giving up my life as I'm living and breathing so that I'm here to serve her. See, look, some of you guys are like, yeah, man, I wish my wife would respect me. Well, what are you doing to make her want to submit to you? What are you doing to make her feel safe? Are you, look, you can come home. When you come home, you had a bad day and everything. You don't bring that bad stuff into the house. But what you do is you come in, and as a man, you come in and minister to your wife. Yeah, you're tired. Yeah, you've been working, but you come in and minister to her. And as you honor her, you make her feel safe to submit to you, and that honor is returned.
Yeah.
We love God because he first loved us.
Yeah.
And if I'm the image of Christ in this marriage, that the husband and she's the bride, then I must first show love. I must first show the honor.
Yeah.
I must first show the grace. I must first do everything in order to get it back.
Yeah.
Okay? And listen, if you're not getting it back, gentlemen, if you're not getting it back, that's when, as a priest, king, priest, and prophet, as a priest, you need to be on your knees praying and asking the Lord to move on your behalf, and not say, Lord, fix my wife, but Lord, give me the wisdom to be able to minister to my wife. Show me, give me insight and discernment, because it may not be her. Maybe you're trying to love her the way you want to love her.
Yeah, like with the birthday parties he was throwing for me. He was throwing me birthday parties he wanted to
Yeah,
have.
like the way she be cooking me food that she know I don't want to eat. So, I mean, but that's just, that's how it is, saints. That's that compromise. So I'll love her the way that she's able to receive that love. And when she receives that love, she has no problem
submitting. And then
to
honor
him.
is a byproduct. And Sister Carmel said about it's good to have a man that's sensitive also, so that he's not too hard or whatever, and that there should be a balance. Absolutely, there should be a balance in everything.
Well, there's a difference. So when I say sensitive, I'm talking about those guys that are all touchy when you say stuff. But sensitive, yes. I have to be sensitive to her emotions.
I'm talking about sensitive as in. I'm talking about sensitive
Shade.
like I'm getting my nails done, he getting his nails done, and I got to get my hair done, he got to get his hair done, and I got to get my toes done, he got to get his toes done. Like, I'm like, can I be the woman? Like, can I be?
Yeah.
Let me be the woman. Like, I don't want. I'm saying sensitive as in like he got way too many.
That's
like
feminine.
Feminine, yeah. Sensitive, feminine, yeah. Like feminine attributes. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So I mean, so can I just share something just with you? Honestly, I have this firm belief that men should not. It's like a law somewhere. I gotta find it. I think it's in the Bible.
It's not.
I think it's in the Bible
It's
that
not.
men should not shave below the sternoclavicular notch. You can shave from here up, okay? And then watch this, and it stops right here. You guys listening to me? You could shave from here up, and it stops right here. Don't be lining up your eyebrows.
But you can shave your head.
Yes, you can shave it. Don't be lining up your eyebrows. Grooming is okay. 'Cause
Arching. No arching the
You
eyebrows.
don't want to be like this. No arching of the eyebrows. Yes, you can clean up. I understand that, but all that shaving that you see it on TV, men shaving their body and women talking about, I don't like a hairy man. That's masculinity.
Back in the day, it was masculinity.
Do you guys remember, man?
Yeah, Burt Reynolds and them.
Burt Reynolds. Matter of fact, let's go with who was it? Jim Brown. He used to walk around with the taco meat on his chest,
Dude.
little naps and everything.
But now there's
Yes, Ariel, you're correct. The only way you could shave, the only way we'll give you thumbs up for shaving is if you're a professional swimmer or bodybuilder.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, then let's not even talk about waxing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, Lord. No.
and I just think that's why, and as things have changed on our big screen, because those were our men, those were the masculine men,
No taco meat.
Yeah, those were the masculine men before, and now on the screen, men are less masculine. They're
The word in the Bible, watch this, because this is all biblical. It talks about
infeminine.
gosh, I forget the word. Manifestations of the flesh in Galatians. It talks about, I believe it's 5 and 20.
Galatians
Some
5.
other talks about manifestations of the flesh, and part of it says effeminate.
Yeah.
So being effeminate, what does that word mean? A lot of people say it means gay, but what it really translates is to soft men. Soft. Yes, soft. So what's happening is our men are actually literally turning. Sean Connery, yes. They're turning into soft men. So we got to be careful with that, you guys. And listen, you guys hear me talking and I say all the things about shaving. That's just my opinion. That doesn't mean that it's a sin for a person to shave their body.
Guys, take everything we say with balance, please.
Yeah.
This is just a coffee date. We're not preaching right now.
For me as a pastor, and as a man, I'm like, no. I don't believe in that. I think it's manly. But some other people, some other cultures are different. So I just want take it with a grain of salt. It's just jokingly because we like to joke. But there is. So you look up the word effeminate. If you guys looking at it's in the King James. Other versions use something different. But look that up. It's really deep. But I believe there should be lines between masculinity,
a man and a woman,
and femininity, definitely.
Yeah.
So what? Did we have any? Who else came? Oh, hey Kim. I think that might be it. I mean, we were getting deep.
I think that's it, you guys. I'm telling you, getting on here with no topics and just letting it flow. It's not easy for me, buddy. But
Dave said some men are trying to be prettier than their
that's
wives.
That's what I'm saying, Dave. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So if he's looking just as pretty as me and his eyelashes are all shaped up and eyebrows are shaped up and no.
Yeah, and it's a preference.
Yeah.
It's definitely a preference. But you guys, hey, this Sunday, as you guys know, and some of you guys are our church members and some of you aren't, we have just started a series, I think it's 6-7 weeks series on building hope. And this past weekend we talked about that we have to be encouraged. It's the single most important thing that we have to do as believers is to stay encouraged. Get and stay encouraged to have hope. Encouragement is the foundation that hope is built upon. I gave everybody an assignment, which is, there's two ways to get encouragement and stay encouraged. One is that we encourage each other, and two, we have to learn how to encourage ourselves in the Lord. So this week I gave an assignment for everybody to go out and encourage somebody. And you guys, why? Because the rest of these weeks we're going to build the what do I say, the castle. We're going to build the castle of hope on the foundation of encouragement. We're going to build the temple of hope. Because during these times right now, so many people have ran out of hope. And what happens is when people are running out of hope, we're talking about all these people dying of COVID-19, the coronavirus. There are people right now, and it bothers me that they're not reporting this. People are killing themselves because they've ran out of hope because of this whole situation. People being locked in their house. And I think just the other day, somebody just killed themselves right here in Suisun. It's ridiculous. And I know what it is. It's because people in their lives, because they can't see tomorrow. And God has given us a promise that our latter days shall be greater than our past. And we need to just find somebody, encourage them. Listen, it's gonna get better. It's gonna be okay. I need you guys to call somebody, FaceTime somebody, write a letter to somebody in prison and tell them it's going to be okay. God is with you. And when God is with you, your future is brighter than your past. And so I encourage you guys, do that and tune in with us as we continue to build hope in our lives, and that we can just be excited about tomorrow, you guys. I'm really, really excited for what God is doing in all his people's lives. People are looking at this COVID thing as being something negative, but I know God's going to turn it around for our good, but to his glory. So I can't wait for the rest of this week. Look, we love you guys. Yes, continue to pray for our teenagers. Melinda said that they're really struggling right now. She works with young people. We got to pray for them. Parents, keep your eyes on your kids. Keep them in conversation. Don't let them sit in their rooms on their computers too long. Actually, you should even tell them, look, for this week, I'm going to shut down all your social media because there's nothing good on it. So, look, we want to just tell you guys that we love you guys. What's that say? Read it.
Question. What do we do when we aren't feeling hopeful? It's hard to give what you don't have.
Exactly. So what do? We get encouraged.
Encouraged.
Go back and listen to the message. The Bible
Sunday.
says from Sunday, the Bible says that David encouraged himself in the Lord his God.
Yeah, and he was strengthened.
He was strengthened. Another translation said he was strengthened. What we have to learn how to do, like Mackenzie, I'll encourage you all day, but sometimes God puts you in position so that you can learn how to encourage yourself in Him. And listen, your problems, you're like, I don't have any hope. We do have hope. You have hope. You have a family around you. You got beautiful children. It just got to change your perspective. You have kids that are right there that you love them, and you say, man, I know that one day I'm going to stand, I'll be in a church and I'm going to watch my daughter get married. I'm going to watch my boys get married. I can't wait to see my kids graduate. That's hope. Yeah. And we forget about those things. We forget about the fact that you're a great mom and you're raising these kids on your own. That's hope.
Yes.
And we have a body of Christ and believers that are here with you to help you.
Yeah.
That's hope.
Yeah.
So I'm encouraging you, as you see right now, I'm encouraging you to look at it in different ways, that God has blessed you in ways that sometimes we make those blessings common. And when they become common, we forget about how valuable they are.
Yeah.
Sometimes we got to come out of that and go, God, you have blessed me with these 3 children to watch and to raise in the ways of the Lord. You've given me a great church and family. You've given me a gym with great friends to sit there and encourage me and everything. This is the way that we encourage one another so that we can have that hope in our lives. So you guys, listen, we're going to check out here. Kai and I got some things to do. Yeah, I love you guys. And you guys, listen, stay encouraged. We love you. If you guys want to go back and watch, turn off the news and turn on some word, okay? Yeah. Turn off the news, turn on some word. There's lots of preaching on Facebook. Just find it and hit it and just listen to it. That's better than all this trash. Yeah. So look, wait, you too. Oh, thank you so much, Kim. Thank you. It's good to see you.
You guys have a great day.
We'll talk to you later. Bye.